We're in Lexington, Kentucky, and the sentencing of Trey Alexander Relford. He's pled guilty to the 2015 murder and robbery of Salahuddin Jitmood, a 22-year-old who'd been delivering pizzas. Jitmood was making his final delivery of the night when Relford and two accomplices lured him into their apartment complex, then robbed and stabbed him to death.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Before Relford receives his sentence, the victim's father, Somvat Jitmood, a school principal and devout Muslim, speaks directly to the man who murdered his son.
Trey Alexander Relford, I feel so sad for you that you have to be in this situation. I wish I could help you, as I help my son to be a good citizen. If Salahuddin were to be here, if he alive, he will forgive you. That's the way he was, that's the way he is. I'm not angry at you for being part of hurting my son. I'm angry at the devil. I blame the devil who misguiding you and misleading you to do such a horrible crime. No, I don't blame you. I'm not angry at you at all. I want you to know that. I forgive you on behalf of Salahuddin and his mother.
Thank you.
Before Judge Kimberly Bennell delivered her sentence, there was still one person left to speak.
Mr. Relford, do you wish to make a statement?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry about what happened that day. But I do applaud you, because it takes a powerful man to know that somebody has hurt them and do what you, get up there and say what you just said. I have a child. She is 4. And I can't imagine the hurt, the pain from losing her. Just tell us what I can do. So I thank you for your forgiveness.
And now it's time for the judge to announce her sentence.
Mr. Relford, an incredibly horrible event happened that has changed the lives of two families forever. Nothing can fix it. I am going to accept the Commonwealth's recommendation. Murder, 25 years. And I truly wish for you the very best. Thank you.
Trey Relford received 25 years for murder and an additional 6 years for robbery. Now to Rock Hill, South Carolina, where 31-year-old Eric Cobb is being led to his bond hearing in municipal court. Just days earlier, Cobb was arrested and charged with first-degree assault and battery after punching 65-year-old Odell Fields outside of a bar.
The defendant struck the victim one time in the face with a closed fist. The victim fell to the ground and became unresponsive.
This surveillance video, later introduced as evidence in court, shows the moment Cobb approached the man and sucker punched him from behind.
The victim was airlifted to CMC in Charlotte and was pronounced dead at CMC on May 11, 2014.
Cobb's single punch ended the man's life and elevated his charge to murder.
Mr. Cobb, in reference to this charge of murder, it's possible you're looking at death penalty or life in prison.
As the hearing comes to a close, Cobb decides to address someone else in the room, the victim's daughter.
I am extremely sorry for what took place. I was trying to break up a confrontation between him and my cousin. I've never in my life been the type of person to do anything like this. I was in the wrong place, wrong time. It was a confrontation and I was trying to defuse the situation. And I'm truly sorry. I really am. I swear to God, I would give my life to have it back. I'm sorry.
Having just lost her own father, she still thinks about the impact these events will have on the defendant's children.
Could I just say something to you? I just wanted to know that you pray to God for forgiveness, it'll work out, and I'll keep your kids in my prayers.
I'm sorry. I really am.
He pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter, and more details from that night are revealed at Cobb's sentencing hearing.
As soon as he sees him leaving the lighted area into the darkness, Mr. Cobb pounds his beer and gives chase. And took one punch. Now watch Mr. Cobb throw his arms up. Immediately after he had knocked him down, he threw his hands up a couple of times in victory. What he was saying at the time he was doing that was, one mother punch, one punch, that's all it took.
Cobb's defense team also highlights that it was just one punch that would do unforeseen damage.
This is the first time that I've represented someone in a homicide case where one punch is done. Normally something like this would have been an assault case.
Before the judge hands down a sentence, the victim's widow shares her impact statement with the court.
Your Honor, my husband was a good man. We were married almost 44 years before this incident. My life will never be the same. On Mother's Day, Your Honor, I had to turn off the life support. They operated on his brain to relieve the pressure. They said whatever he was hit with is what killed him.
The easy thing for a judge to do is to always give the maximum sentence. That's the easy thing. Nothing I say, nothing I can do is gonna bring Mr. Fields back. I have to balance vengeance, an eye for an eye, versus mercy and compassion. The charge of voluntary manslaughter, sentence of the court is 15 years. Lucky.
The victim's family had hoped for the maximum of 30 years. They would go on to win a $1.8 million wrongful death suit against Cobb and the bar where the incident occurred. Next, we head to San Antonio, Texas for a sentencing hearing. 43-year-old Andre McDonald has been convicted of manslaughter and tampering with evidence. 4 years earlier, McDonald, an Air Force major, says he got into an argument with his wife, 29-year-old Andreen McDonald, over finances and her alleged infidelity. McDonald admitted to police that he'd kicked and punched Andreen several times, killing her, but all while defending himself. Police say part of the incident was witnessed by the couple's 7-year-old special needs daughter. According to court records, McDonald returned his daughter to bed and then took Andreen's body and dumped it in a private wooded area. The next day, McDonald was recorded on surveillance camera buying gas cans and a shovel. He then returned to the woods where he used a claw hammer to strike Andreen's head. He then set her body on fire. Andreen's family reported her missing, and authorities began to search for her. When McDonald gave conflicting stories about his wife's whereabouts and stopped cooperating with police, he became their main suspect. 4 months after she was killed, Andreen's remains were discovered 6 miles from her home. McDonald was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, manslaughter, and tampering with evidence. He pled not guilty, and the case went to trial. It lasted 2 weeks, and after deliberating for 12 hours, the jury found McDonald not guilty of murder. He was, however, found guilty of manslaughter and tampering with evidence. Today, McDonald appears before Judge Frank Castro to hear his sentence. He's facing anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison. Members of Andreen's family are also in the courtroom and deliver victim impact statements, beginning with Cindy Johnson, Andreen's sister.
You destroyed our lives. Not only are you a murderer, you are a thief. You stole a sister's only sister. You stole my sister.
Next is Andreen's father, who delivers a very different kind of message.
We have a lot of fun together, you and I. We spoke like brothers. We spoke like father and son. You hurt me. You hurt my family. But I want you to know, in spite of everything, I forgive you. I love you. And when I say I love you, that cannot change. And it's your duty to seek God's forgiveness.
Before Judge Castro imposes sentence, he has a few words of his own for the defendant.
It's devastating that you had cause for death with your child. At home, coming down, seeing part of it. It's terrible that she had to be there. And in addition, you burned the body, you beat it with a hammer and desecrated her corpse. And just defied imagination. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and sentence you to 20 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
In addition to his manslaughter sentence, McDonald pled guilty to tampering with evidence and was sentenced to 5 additional years, which will run consecutively. He was given credit for 2 years' time served and will be eligible for parole after 7.5 years. The earliest McDonald could be released is 2030, when he'd be 50 years old. The couple's daughter is now in the custody of her maternal grandmother. Next, we head to El Dorado, Kansas for a show cause hearing. 59-year-old Melanie Ann Schriebvogel has pled no contest to identity theft. 5 years earlier, Schriebvogel was arrested after she tried to use her sister's identification for medical treatment. She was given a summons, but when she failed to appear in court, a warrant was issued and she was arrested again. She pled no contest, was sentenced to 18 months probation, ordered to complete a drug treatment program, and pay a fine of $438. But when Schriebvogel failed to report to community corrections and did not pay her fine, another warrant was issued and she was taken back into custody. Today, Schriebvogel appears from the county jail before Judge David Rickey to hear if her probation will be revoked. Representing community corrections is Ed Ketley. The state prosecutor is Amber Norris, while Schriebvogel is represented by attorney James Watts.
Mr. Watts, what are your client's intentions?
Your Honor, my client would enter a partial stipulation. She would agree that she failed to report on dates in June and July of 2024. She would not agree she failed to complete substance abuse treatment, and she would acknowledge she did fail to make monthly payments as directed. Her balance remains apparently $438.
Next, the prosecutor wants to discuss the drug treatment program with community corrections.
Had she completed substance abuse treatment at the time that you did this warrant in July of this year?
No.
And has she completed any treatment that you are aware of in the time that she has been on probation?
She completed inpatient treatment.
Okay, but as part of her program, she was to complete outpatient?
Correct. The court does find that the evidence in the case indicates that the defendant has failed to complete substance abuse treatment as recommended. The court does note, however, the efforts that this particular defendant has made toward that goal.
Yes, Your Honor. Since I've been on corrections, I've really learned a lot, and I am doing way better. And my great-grandchildren, they depend on me, and I see them regularly, and I miss them, and it's going to be the holidays, and I did try. I am disabled and I couldn't pay my fees, but I can start paying now because I told my daughter that I needed some help paying them, and she said, Mom, I'll help you out to pay the court. She said, we just want you home, Mom. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be, pitiful, but I want to thank you all. No matter what you do to me, I want to thank you for saving my life, basically. Y'all saved my life. Putting me in the treatment program was wonderful. I'm way better than I used to be. I don't use illegal drugs or anything anymore. I haven't gotten any new charges. I just want to be a grandma, a great grandma.
Where would you live if you got out of jail?
I would live with my son and my other daughter. I do have it in me to do good. I do. I promise. I won't let y'all down.
But anything else?
No, sir. I don't want to take up y'all time.
No, Ms. Schreibvogel. You're worth it.
Thank you.
I always ask a defendant in similar circumstances if they have any statements that they wish to make to the court. Amazingly, there are some people who never take advantage of that opportunity. Today you did, Melanie, and I think you spoke from the heart. I think the efforts have been made. I think your progress has been substantial, though not complete by any means. You, in the view of this court, Ms. Schreibvogel, are not prison material. Court is going to order that you remain in the Butler County Jail until 11 o'clock a.m. on Thanksgiving Day.
Thank you, sir.
Then at time, I expect your family members are going to come get you and you're going to celebrate Thanksgiving with them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And upon your release, we're going to close this case.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
2 days later, on Thanksgiving morning, Schreibvogel was released from jail. Her case is now closed. Next, we go to a virtual hearing in Tampa, Florida. The defendant is 33-year-old B.J. Dreggers. He's been charged with fraud and petty theft for trying to pass bad checks. Today, he appears remotely before Judge Michael Williams to enter a plea. The state initially offered a deal where Dreggers would plead guilty and get sentenced to 18 months probation. If he decides to go to trial and is convicted, the former Marine could be looking at 5 years behind bars.
B.J. Dreggers.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honor.
Yeah, good morning. Last time we were in court, he was shooting up drugs on my Zoom.
That's right. 3 months earlier, while waiting for his preliminary hearing to begin, Dreggers engaged in some illegal drug use. Judge Williams didn't watch it live, but a prosecutor did and shared it with the court. And the judge isn't happy about it.
Yes, sir. I apologize to yourself and the court for that, sir.
I only go so far, but
yes, sir.
It's bad enough I got to put up with people smoking cigarettes and everything else. I don't need that.
No, sir.
I don't know. What's your resolution on him?
Dreggers' attorney David Hall steps in to do some damage control.
In my conversations with him, he's been entirely professional, respectful, remorseful about his actions.
I instructed him to appear in person on 6/4/21, and he didn't. And then he shows back up on Zoom on June 15th, and that's when he's shooting up on the Zoom.
Despite the judge's remarks, Hall requests the court stick with the original deal of probation. But for Judge Williams, it's not that simple.
18 months of probation. He wants to resolve it to the court. I'll do it today for 180 days plus 18 months. I'm not taking probation today and he gets out. I think I'm usually pretty relaxed on certain things, but you shoot up on my Zoom, that's different.
Mr. Dreggers, the court is rejecting the plea agreement with the state, proposing 180 days in custody followed by 18 months probation. Is that something you want to do? The alternative would be to set it for trial.
Draggers doesn't love either of the choices, so he makes his own request.
Is there a way to have stricter probation or something of those guidelines?
No.
Draggers is given a month to discuss things with his attorney on how he wants to plead.
All right, Mr. Draggers, come on up.
Once again, he appears before Judge Williams, who, after doing some of his own reflecting, has a new outlook on the case.
Mr. Draggers, I've been thinking about your case. You're a veteran, correct?
Yes, sir, I am.
What branch?
Marine Corps.
All right. There's a once-a-year docket that I do, and it's called the Veterans Outreach Court. So
Yes, sir.
What I'm proposing is we set you on that Veterans Outreach Court docket.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Draggers appeared on the veterans docket, and the judge gave him a second chance. He's released and given 18 months probation, plus mandatory drug and alcohol testing.
Just work on getting clean and moving forward, and let's have a good ending to a bad situation, okay?
Hey, Judge, I appreciate everything you've done for me, sir.
You get clean, I'm happy.
Draggers is currently employed and taking steps to remain drug-free. Next, we're in El Paso, Texas, where 29-year-old Myra Lopez is before Judge Bonnie Rangel for a probation status update. 3 years earlier, Lopez, a divorced mother of 5 young children, was charged with 1 count of unauthorized use of a vehicle after she refused to return a car she borrowed from her then-boyfriend. She pled guilty, and Judge Rangel deferred her sentence under the condition that if she completed 5 years of probation without reoffending, she could apply to have those records sealed. During the first 2 years, however, Lopez struggled, violating her probation by repeatedly testing positive for marijuana. Eventually, she made progress when a hair follicle test showed she had been drug-free for 6 months.
Miss Lopez, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Very proud of you. As angry as I've been at you many a time, I am very, extremely proud of you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But today, 6 weeks later, Lopez has been summoned to court after again testing positive for marijuana. Judge Rangel is not happy.
You gotta go to jail, Miss Lopez. You know what you're doing is illegal. It's not like this is the first time we've had this conversation.
I understand.
No, you don't understand. You're leaving 5 children blowing out in the wind because you like to smoke pot. Do you think it's okay to do marijuana, Miss Myra, still? After all these years with me?
Can I be completely honest with you, ma'am?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I do. It helps me. My children are not left unfed. I've had CPS come in for the same reason. I'm not neglecting them. They're well dressed, they're well fed, my house is clean. I'm on top of everything I'm supposed to be. It's just when I get inside my head, I have nobody to talk to about it. So my next coping skill is marijuana or CBD.
Are you ready to get better and stay in jail for a while until we put you in a facility, Miss Lopez? It could be 6 to 9 months.
That's fine with me. I'll do whatever I have to do at this point, because I do want a better life for my children. I don't want the cycle to continue.
Do you have a little bit of money to consult a family lawyer?
The only thing I have is honestly like $100 to my name as we speak right now.
Lopez seems resolved that going to jail is her best shot at getting help. Until...
Your Honor, may I interrupt?
Defense attorney Teresa Caballero, who's in the virtual courtroom waiting for another client's hearing, speaks up.
Your Honor, I would like to take this case pro bono if the client would have my representation.
Miss Lopez, are you open to that? Miss Caballero is one of the best attorneys in El Paso County, and she has got the most generous heart. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome, Miss Lopez. You know, these women are unskilled, and then they have children, and then life falls apart. And if they go to jail, basically the children are going to be orphaned in a lot of cases. So we're going to have to map out a plan that takes into consideration all of these very deep flaws.
Perfect. Okay, I'll reset this for 2 weeks. I'll let you in your magic. And Ms. Caballero, once again, thank you so very much for this.
Thank you, guys.
With her new lawyer's help, Lopez avoided jail time. She's working on getting her GED, and she has a part-time job. She's also been drug-free for 4 months.
Good morning. Are you Virginia Wagner?
I'm Miss Wagner.
Next, we head to Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. The defendant, 85-year-old Virginia Wagner. The charge? Reckless driving and driving with a suspended license. The vehicle? A souped-up Dodge Dart.
You had
like
that
a race car.
You had that fast car. I know you did. You didn't need that fast car.
Wagner doesn't refute the charge, but places most of the blame on the car itself.
I'm sorry it happened, but the car that I was driving was like a race car. It had an extra motor in it. The car is not going to be driving anymore.
Okay. I would recommend a $100 fine.
All right. You understand the offer from the Commonwealth is that you would plead guilty to operating on a suspended license and you would have to pay a $100 fine? I know it now. Okay, did you understand though that, do you want to accept that and plead guilty today? Yes, I'm guilty, yeah.
As a packed gallery looks on, Wagner finishes up her business. That is, until
Yes, sir.
an unusual request is submitted to the judge.
Ma'am, he wants to pay your fine.
A good Samaritan who gave his name as Mike Evans offered to pay Wagner's fine.
So, Miss Wagner, you go down.
Just sit here and I just take the paper.
Yeah, you give him your paper and he's gonna go down there and pay that for you. Thank you, sir.
Wagner appreciated the man's generosity, but after initially accepting his money, she later returned the cash, paid the fine herself, bringing an end to Virginia Wagner's time behind the wheel. Next, we go to bond court in Miami-Dade County, Florida. Judge Mindy Glazer presided. 41-year-old Benoit Antoine is charged with possession of a controlled substance and disorderly conduct in an establishment. The previous night, Antoine was arrested after being involved in an altercation at a taco restaurant in Miami Beach. This morning, he's in Judge Glazer's courtroom to establish if he qualifies to bond out of jail pending trial.
He's drunk, yelling at the other patrons, trying to fight him. He didn't want to leave. All right, count one is 2,500, count two is 500. Good luck to you, sir.
It seems like the hearing is over, but Antoine has a problem.
Yes, I just have an issue. I have money to pay for lawyers and the bonds. However, this night I had gotten robbed by the lady I was with, so I have nothing on me, no phone. I cannot reach anybody.
Sir, now is not the time to talk about the facts of your case. Speak to your lawyer. Did you say you have money to hire a private lawyer?
I would, but they took my credit card and everything. So right now, as of now, I have nothing to pay you. I will need to go home.
And it turns out money isn't the only reason Antoine needs to get home.
My dog is left alone at home. Is there any way I can go home tonight and pay for everything?
Does he want to give any numbers to verify his address to get him out sooner? Does he know anybody's phone number?
Yeah, it's just my dog. It's horrible.
No, do you know anyone's phone number?
No, she took my phone.
If Antoine can provide the name and phone number of someone who knows his address, it will help him get released. But he can't remember any phone numbers.
I'm sorry, I beg you. This poor dog is by himself, and I never got arrested in my life.
Do you know anyone at work who would have your address?
I'm independent. I don't have anyone at work. I don't have anyone at work. I own the house.
Will you stop a second? Let him out without verification. He's okay. Let him out. He says he owns a home. What am I going to do?
I own a house. I own a car. I own everything. I own a dog. I mean, I pay you guys. I give you whatever you need back. My poor dog, please.
I'm letting you out for free with pre-trial services. You can get out for free.
Judge, you're going to waive the verification requirement. They should be able to release him from jail.
That would be amazing. And I just want to go back, take care of my dog.
And Judge Glazer wants to move on to her next case.
I let him out without verification. Can I move on to the next case?
You're gonna get out without verification, Mr. Anton.
Yes, thank you so much. I guess I got it. Okay, thank you.
Antoine does own his apartment, as he stated in court. He was free on pretrial release pending trial on the possession and disorderly conduct charges. But 1 month later, all charges against him were dropped.